Turns out, it's actually Kamiko's brother. Brings down the whole damn building and dips out.
I'm not gonna lie, Kamiko's brother was annoying as hell, bro. That was a straight crash out. All right, so right here we got a video, the worst scene in The Boys. Now, I actually don't know when The Boys is coming back. It's season 5, right? Hold on, let me get my phone. I got it. When is season 5 of The Boys coming out? Bro, 2026? No, y'all are hoeing. That's crazy. Anyway, let's just get into it. Let's see what Bay Talks thinks is the worst scene in The Boys, bro.
All right, another day, another video of me going over a dumb scene from The Boys. I promise I like the show. The scene in question is in season 2, episode 3, when Homelander and the Seven rolled up on the boys in the sewers and couldn't get the job done.
Oh, was it when the Deep like crashed into that whale? That shit was so nasty.
As a matter of fact, the boys made them look stupid. But let me quickly get you caught up on the lore that led to this before we go over it. The boys are wanted men. Butcher was framed for packing up Stillwell at the end of season 1, and so he's been in hiding as well as Huey, and Frenchie. Now alongside this, there's been multiple soups going around and wreaking havoc, including this gentleman who seems to have some sort of telekinesis powers. Butcher has a meeting with Grace Mallory, and they come to an agreement that if Butcher and the gang can bring in one of the soup terrorists or super villains, she'll get the CIA to scrub their records clean and they'll be off the hook. Sounds easy enough. Later that night, they roll up on the telekinesis dude's location and they get the drop on him. Turns out, it's actually Kamiko's brother. Butcher doesn't care though. He tries to smoke him but gets stopped by Huey, and the soup throws them away, brings down the whole damn building, and dips out. Later on, we learn this guy's name is Kenji. Him and Kamiko.
I'm not gonna lie, Kamiko's brother was annoying as hell, bro. That nigga was a straight crash out. He could not chill for even 2 seconds to get with the fucking plan so they could survive, bro. He really pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie, he was annoying.
Go talk for a little bit, but it's obvious they have a different stance on life, and they get into a little bit of a dispute. And we also get to see a little more of Kenji's powers. He throws Kamiko into a car and runs away. And when Kamiko catches him,
Nigga's a crash out, he's so stupid.
He's able to lift her up in place and throw her into a building. But as he flees, he makes the dumbass decision to stop and look around. So Kamiko jumps him and pins his hands down so that he can't use his powers, and she chokes him out like a Dagestani wrestler. The boys then pull up, tie him up, and take him. Now, we know that telekinesis is an OP power. Just look at the bros from Chronicle. But unlike the bros from Chronicle, Kenji can't move things without using his hands. He also can't fly using his powers, and he can't make himself nearly invulnerable by imagining a barrier around him. But he can do everything else as long as his hands aren't restrained. Let's remember that. The boys duct tape his hands and tie him up in a room while they wait on a yacht for Mallory's people to arrive to take him. And here's what happens next. Kenji's able to somehow work his finger free and then turn and bring a can to him to cut himself free. While this happens, the one time rolls up on the boys because, of course, Butcher is using a stolen boat. Not gonna lie, I'd steal it too. My Big Wet Dream is a fire name.
I am the captain of my Big Wet Dream.
Butcher tries talking his way out of the situation, but Kenji comes out and tries to take him out. But right before he can do so, Kamiko pushes him, which causes him to take out the helicopter instead.
Just crashing out for no reason, bro. Relax for like 2 seconds, please.
So that fixes that problem, and they're able to tackle him down and tie him up again. So far, everything looks good. You might be thinking, what's the problem? Well, just wait. The team flees the scene, and the Deep, who is kicked out of the Seven at this point, gets the scoop on their location and situation. At Vault Tower, they catch wind of the situation as well. So Stan Edgar tells the Seven their mission is to get out there and catch Kenji. Homelander even stands up and gives this long motivational speech talking about, "We've got to be great today. There is no I in team. That. This isn't even a team. This is a family. So let's get out there and put a stop to this." This shit had me ready to run through a wall. Surely, they don't go out there and look like a bunch of JV losers against the powerless boys and Kamiko and Kenji, right? We cut back to the boys who are trying to get to the new meetup spot. Out of nowhere, a school of sharks roll up and start smacking the boat around. So much so that the boat loses power. Butcher goes down to check and the boat is filling with water. I'm like, oh shit, this is about to be some Jaws, Sharknado type of situation. They jump ship and take off in a little speedboat, and this scene is f***ing terrifying. Just 100 sharks hot on your cheeks in the middle of the ocean. Pretty scary stuff. They head for a storm drain, but from the depths,
that is actually terrifying if you think about it.
A massive whale jumps out from the water, and we see the Deep riding that bad boy like an avatar. How did he get there so quickly? I don't know, but that doesn't matter. The Deep docks the whale and strikes a pose, but Butcher rams the boat into the whale and the Deep falls off and gets knocked out.
You're so
this is
nasty,
the same guy
bro.
who in season 4 took juicers from Starlight, who we've seen can punch through walls and lift cars. He was also able to eat this from A-Train running full speed, and we've seen what A-Train can do just by running into you. He also ate a few super speed juicers to the lips without getting knocked out, and he survived getting absolutely mauled by Starlight, who also slammed a 45-pound plate onto his face for dessert. But yeah, him falling off a whale knocked him out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the power scaling got ridiculous towards season 4. Like, they went from like decently stronger than the average human to like nigh invulnerable. Like, even Starlight, the Deep, who else, bro? Besides like Black Noir, which Black Noir, I mean, bro, the way they did it so differently from the comics is kind of crazy. It is better than the comics in terms of like a storytelling perspective, but the power scaling, from what I remember from the comics, is way more consistent. So it does get goofy as hell in the show, I'm not gonna lie to you.
And not just knocked him out for a few seconds, gang got out and took like 5 minutes to go into the sewer area, and bro is still out cold. The 7 pull up tardy to the party and see my boy deep in shambles after the death of Lucy, which was the whale. They then head into the sewer, and I would be pissed about the speedster not finding the boys instantly in the tunnels, but he had that heart problem in season 2, so he's taken out of commission after trying to search. That's actually decent writing to limit a speedster. I can't believe it. Unfortunately, not everything in this episode is that well written. Homelander can fly at super speeds, Stormfront can fly at super speeds. Why the f don't they search the sewers instantly? Why are they all walking through it slowly like Michael Myers? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Huey comes out of hiding when he sees Starlight and completely f***s himself. Starlight blasts him while he's talking because she doesn't want her cover blown. Homelander sees this and tells her to finish him. Pack him up or get packed up. And obviously, Annie isn't going to do it, so she beats around the bush for a little while until Homelander says if she doesn't do it, he'll just murk both of them.
You kill him, or I'll f***ing kill you both.
And Butcher and the boys see this going down. Now, this eats up a lot of time, and there are 7 members of the 7. Where the f*** are the other members? Noir is a ninja. Where's he been? Stormfront can fly. The Deep is just chilling outside. He's not doing anything, actually. They're in like a storm drain sewer thing, where you can probably hear everything. How has no one else pulled up? Anyways, before Annie finishes the job, Butcher comes out and breaks it up.
William? What a surprise!
Please don't just stand there and talk. Please don't just stand there and talk. He's just standing there and talking, not doing anything. Kenji comes out, and Homelander has a solid 10 seconds to do something, but he instead decides to continue to just stand there and do nothing.
Are you serious?
And still, no other member has pulled up to the scene. Not a single person has come up behind Butcher and the boys and taken them out. Kenji takes the floor out from under Homelander, but Homelander can fly. Maybe he should also fly at Kenji, but no, let's continue to do nothing. And then Kenji drops a bus on his head, which takes him out. Homelander, the nearly invulnerable JV Superman, gets taken out by a bus. You know what? It's fine. He's probably gonna pop back up like it's nothing in like 2 seconds. No. He was out of commission for the next like 20 minutes. And still, no other members show up. Kenji dips out and Kimiko goes after him, and finally, Stormfront shows up. Why was she not in the sewer searching?
I don't know.
Was she just chilling outside for the off chance that Kenji might somehow overpower Homelander and escape? I don't know. It's fine though, Kenji's fine. He has one of the strongest powers of all time. Never mind. Stormfront then slowly walks him down, and he never once uses his powers to, I don't know, lift her up and hold her in place. Yeah, she's super strong. Good thing that doesn't change her weight. She's probably still only like 120 pounds. He could lift her up just like he did Kimiko and either launch her into space or throw her across town to give himself a little extra time to get away. And if she comes back, just rinse and repeat the process. It's not that difficult. Where the f*** is Andrew?
Like, where did all that crash out energy go? Bro was with the shits until he wasn't at the end, simply for plot. It actually really pissed me off because he shouldn't have gone out the way he did, bro.
Andrew would come up in here and handle business. Oh yeah, by the way, Homelander's still nowhere to be seen. Broski's still MIA. Kimiko throws Stormfront away, and Kenji and her flee the scene. They get to the rooftop, and Kenji jumps to the other building effortlessly, so maybe he can use his telekinesis to fly. Maybe the budget just isn't fat enough for that. Stormfront starts working Kimiko, and so Kenji decides to be a hero, and comes back to save his basically immortal sister, who doesn't need any help, and instead of attacking her from a distance with his powers, he decides to get into close range and tackle her. Yeah, so she grabs his hands and breaks them off so he can't use his powers, and then she packs him up. And obviously I can't show you that, so just believe me. It's honestly hard to feel bad for him though.
She definitely packed that nigga up, bro.
He made the worst decisions that you could possibly make. The girl from the 7th Friday the 13th film, who had the same powers as Kenji, made better choices, and she was in a literal horror movie. It's crazy. Yeah, everyone else somehow escapes the sewers and makes it back untouched, because why not? The episode started off hot and ended absolutely terribly. They should have subbed Homelander out for a bag of chips. The chips probably would have done more than him, and subbed Kenji out for any of the main characters from Chronicle or the chick from Friday the 13th. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Also, let me know what videos you guys want to see next. But that's all I've got for you guys today, so I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I deadass forgot how much that episode actually pissed me off. I don't think that's the worst episode in The Boys. I'd have to watch it over to remember. I might do my own little mini video essay on what I think is the worst episode in The Boys. But yeah, I remember a few episodes, especially once you get past like the second half of season 2. A lot of it just gets fucking wonky. But hey, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.